Coming in. Coming in. So this is the impression hour. Give me an impression.
Good blooper content. The impression hour.
Give me an impression to do.
Christopher Walken.
Too easy. Give me a different one. Arrakis. Your father was a weak man.
I don't know. Joe Biden.
It doesn't have to be a person. Give me anything.
Like a squirrel.
I can't do squirrel.
Okay.
I meant like a car door closing.
Oh, that's not an impression. That's just like.
That's an impression of a car door closing.
I don't think you'd call that an impression, but
I think you would.
Hey listeners, this is President Ethan here. What you're about to listen to is the second of 4 test recordings that we did in 2025. To be honest, the audio on this one's a little rough. We were using really bad mics. If you could hear now, I have much better mics now. So after these 4 recordings, we'll have some better audio quality. But I thought that I was able to pull this one together, and I thought it was really good and funny. With that being said, it was a little raunchy, so a lot is cut from this one. Maybe we'll release the uncut version of this at some point. But for now, enjoy the show. This is Mike DeRusso.
Rock and Sock Connection!
I don't know. I want to be a little silly. I want to be a silly guy.
Yeah, we're gonna be silly guys, and that's a great way to start because you're probably one of the silliest guys I know.
What?
I mean that in the most positive way. I'm actually devastated that your Instagram. Although you weren't Peanut Butter Handlebar anymore, you were just Mike DeRusso.
I matured a little bit. Yeah, I had to change it to my name.
I haven't matured. I don't think I could possibly change my Instagram handle, but mine's pretty like close to my name. I just feel like it vaguely gives everyone the impression that I'm gonna be like Mexican.
Yeah,
but I'm not like I just really enjoy salsa. But
I still love my Finsta though, which is crap. Yeah.
Was that not your real Instagram? I feel like
that was my fake Instagram.
Wow.
I don't know if anyone remembers in high school. Do you remember? You know, fake. Isn't that a crazy thing that like people had fake Instagrams?
I didn't have a Finsta.
They didn't want their parents to follow it.
Yeah, I had one for my dog, and like I would occasionally dick around on that.
Would you rather no feet or big hands?
No feet or big hands?
Would you? Let's go back real quick. I don't care about that. Honestly, what age of a kid do you think you could one hit? Because you didn't answer before.
I don't know. I don't know that I have a great punch, honestly.
But a 4-year-old, obviously, yes. A 5-year-old, probably.
Are we talking about like kill on the spot, or just like
out of commission, knocked out? Like they're not gonna like fight back. They're not. They're gonna be on the ground.
I'm so bad at guesstimating the ages of kids. An 11-year-old's pretty big, I think, but I don't know. Do I get like any prep time? Like, can I work on my swing, or just like right now? Like
right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I go as far as say 11. I'll say an 8-year-old, but I really don't have a great picture of what an 8-year-old looks like in my head. Honestly, I really.
Oh, I got tons.
Should we talk about who you are?
Sure.
Who am I?
Michael. Michael.
I mean, at this point, I've only vaguely talked about who I am, but we've talked about broadcasting and stuff. So this is. Well, do you want me to introduce you?
I'm DeRusso. Oh, you weren't there for that.
No,
you were a grade above me. I was like, I had some like pseudo fame in high school because I did the morning announcements of the year after Ethan graduated, and everyone has like their.
Hold on. We had to wind back. We had to wind back to class.
Okay.
So this is Mike DeRusso, longtime friend, first time caller.
Goodbye.
As in the previous episode, we talked about broadcasting in high school, and Mike was one of my protégés. Maybe
protege. Yeah.
Well, you were in a grade below us, so when
Ethan was an intern for my class.
When I taught broadcasting, you were.
He got 1.5 college credits for a year of being an intern.
Did we get college credit for that?
I got college credit for that.
I don't know that I got college credit. I
don't think I actually like. I don't know if I actually did the paperwork, but yeah, I was supposed to. And we would just do nothing. We watched Herbie Fully Loaded for like 5 classes in a row because the class is like 40 minutes. So we just the 20-30 minutes we would just watch Herbie Fully Loaded in the studio while the kids did homework. She's the one teacher. Oh, I hope she doesn't hear this. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
I can cut anything too.
I feel like she was the one teacher that I actually had a chance with.
Yeah, you. No,
I really.
I'm gonna probably have to make a very censored version of it.
Just bleep out her name.
I didn't think this is gonna be as much edit. What do you mean bleep out her name?
I really think I had a chance.
We can't.
I had a chance.
To direct it to something that's, I think I talked about this on the last episode, but I went back and listened to a bunch of recordings from broadcasting days, and I was a fool. I was an idiot. We had mics that were like a button away from being hot mics to broadcast the entire school.
Yeah.
And I would go in there with my friends and like talk about like my girl problems with like my friends and stuff. And like obviously like I knew well enough to not be like broadcasting.
No, that is crazy. I would do the same shit. And one button
I would
press.
record it too, which is stupid. I don't know why I recorded it, but they're fun to listen back
It's
to.
podcasting.
That's why we're doing this.
Back in the day, 10 years ago.
I
Quick tangent. Look at the moon right now. What time is it? Just time check. 6:26. So if you look at the moon, the percentage at which the moon is filled in, so it looks maybe like 80% filled, maybe even 90. That's the percentage of daylight where you will see the moon. That's a real thing. That's a Hank Green fact.
No, not exactly. It's a percentage.
It's just a correlation. It's not causation. But if the moon is half full, you'll see it for exactly half of the day. It'll be in the sky for half. So this moon was probably here like most of the day.
You got any more facts about the moon? You can make them up too.
No, I wouldn't make them up. What you mean, like our NASA scientists, our NASA scientists do?
The radical left.
Oh, the moon's cool. Moon. I like the dark side of the moon. It's funny that it's so perfectly in line with us. That this one side that never gets sunlight. You would think that it would get discolored eventually from the uneven sun.
It does get sunlight. We just never see the sunlight.
Oh, fuck yeah, it does. That's how an eclipse works. Yeah,
it would.
right.
Yeah, because if the sun,
it's not really dark over there.
Yeah, it's just dark to us.
Sorry, Bill.
But no, there are weird things with the sun and moon. How they're like.
I do know
they're
if you
perfectly like sized and shaped. Like the sun is perfectly far away that it appears to be the same size as the moon.
Yeah. Well, that's why people think God is real, because they're like, oh. But so I do know Bill Nye the Science Guy. If you play his theme song in Chinese, it sounds like they're saying beer over and over again. And it's a great song to chug beers to. That's a science thing. Beer, 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 beer Nye the Science. Yeah, it's good. Beer Nye.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
That's a good one.
Thing.
Yeah, that's a science thing.
Do they just say Bill like beer? Or is he like...
Beer, beer, beer. They say it like beer.
Beer Nye.
It's beer Nye. And then the science guy's in Chinese. So it's like beer Nye zhou wei shang xi. It's good.
Wow, is that what it actually is? That sounds like Mandarin.
You want to pull it up? Yeah. Just press my phone to the mic.
Beer. Okay, yeah, it's here.
I pulled it up. Shut up.
It.
Beer, beer, beer. So it's pretty good. It's fire.
Yeah.
I love it. It's good.
You're pretty good. You sounded like you were saying Mandarin there before. And so
I actually did say something in Chinese. It's the guy's name.
What?
Wei Shangxin.
Oh,
Wei Shangxin.
that?
I forget. I think he was like the first trans person ever.
Oh.
Or she. Sorry. My bad.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, no, you were saying that's why people think God exists.
Ethan, do you believe in God?
I'm
joking. Don't answer.
No, I'll answer. I very much so didn't. I think that God's an interesting concept because a lot of people have varied definitions. As I've gotten older, I've come around to maybe there is some spirituality out in the world, which probably isn't spirituality, just science beyond our comprehension. I heard a really good thing about astrology because people always like talk shit about astrology, and like obviously some people like take it like too far, but it's kind of crazy to think that like the position that our planet was in the universe wouldn't have an effect on how you're born. Like we don't know what kinds of, our galaxy is flying through space. We're flying through our galaxy. Like who's to say what sort of...
The red dye in Gatorade makes kids have rage, like for real, and now it's illegal in New York. So I think there's a possibility planet alignment might affect us.
Yeah, I mean, just like it's hard to map these things, but like where our planet was in the coordinate system of the universe,
Something
like
to it.
25 years ago, is probably somewhere else, and who knows what sort of field or cloud of whatever we were in that could have had effects on the personalities of people and stuff. I wouldn't just like judge someone because they were born in August, and I think that means things out of personality.
You're a Leo? Okay. Do you know your Chinese zodiac? Your year?
Oh.
I was 2 months from being Year of the Dragon. I was 99, November. I was almost there.
I mean, I think I am Year of the Dragon then.
I think I'm the rat.
The rat,
no, what is there, 8 of them? So it's every 8 years, I think. The dragon was 2000. I don't know if I'm the rat. Should we pull this up?
I feel like I vaguely thought I might be bad. I thought I was the dragon.
Do you remember when John Cena accidentally referred to Taiwan as its own country, and then he had to apologize in Chinese on Instagram? Do you remember that?
I think I've seen the apology video. I didn't know that I actually...
Bing Chiling. Yeah, that was the origin. He referred to Taiwan as its own municipality, kind of. And then China has so much pull in the movie industry. They were like, you will speak Mandarin and apologize. Yeah, that was his apology. I'm sorry for referring to Taiwan as not China. Well, that was a whole Google Maps thing, too. One day, a couple years ago, the Google map between Taiwan and China, I think that's what it was. Maybe another... owned property, but they swapped on Google Maps. So in China, it looked like the Taiwan one, and in Taiwan, it looked like the China one. So everyone in China freaked out. They were like, Google is saying Taiwan is not part of China. Because in China, it says Taiwan's part of China. Outside of China, it says Taiwan is its own country.
Oh,
Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah, well, there's a lot like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Gulf of America only shows up in America, and I think everywhere else it's still called the Gulf of Mexico.
That's funny. I saw a picture of Trump in the Oval Office, and in the background, you see a hat that says Trump 2028.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Okay, hold on. I have the Zodiac.
Pretty sure Trump has, like, his mugshot up in the... Have you seen what they've been doing to the White House? He's been, like bling-blinging it up. Remember, like, bling-bling from...
Bling-bling from Johnny Test?
Yeah.
With the whip sound?
He's been, like, bling-blinging it up. He's been, like, gold-plating the entire... I don't think we're going to have a normal president ever again. I think everyone's just going to be on this insane level that we're on right now. But it's just going to be insane. Like, imagine, like, you had, like... I'll get... Not even, like, Obama or Biden. Like, I'll give, like... Imagine, like, a George Bush type fellow comes back into the office and he's just like, what the fuck?
I want to own a baseball team.
What the fuck is going on here?
I was going Freckles. I'm just with my minor league.
They were like building
team.
Like an extension onto the White House, or they're already.
I was just watching old interviews or a compilation of old presidential debates, and in almost every single one, like going back to like before Nixon and JFK, like all of them. In every single one, they're like always complimenting their opponent and being like, I respect some of his opinions, and like we have the same goals, just a different means to achieve those goals. And like he's a good man, and we are so far from that. And also, you're Year of the Tiger, by the way.
Oh,
second coolest one. That's pretty sick. Tiger's
cool.
pretty tight.
I do like Tiger.
I'm Rabbit. But
do you know? But there's a whole thing. I haven't been following it, but I've been seeing stuff about it with like comedians. I guess a bunch of comedians.
They're getting in cars, getting coffee. Jerry Seinfeld, who had a 17-year-old girlfriend when he was 38.
Jerry Seinfeld on the show. No, it's like I think a bunch of comedians like did like a comedy show in Saudi Arabia or something, and now people are like mad at them about. I know I saw Bill Burr.
Yeah, so I didn't know what actually happened. A couple of the podcasts I listened to, like Chris DiStefano, he's from Queens, like Ridgewood. He was talking about how he had a Saudi Arabia show, and a bunch of comedians I listened to all were like, "Yeah, we're doing this thing in Saudi Arabia." It happened. People are talking about it.
Yeah, I don't really know the details, but I'm pretty sure I guess they went and did like a Saudi Arabia show or something. People were like upset about it, which I guess I understand. It kind of strikes me as a bit weird. It seems like it's just like, yeah, I don't think
it's that weird. I mean,
yeah, like people go and do that shit like all the time. I know, like I don't know.
We sold them rocket launchers in the 80s. Why is it weird now?
Shit. I mean, people just don't like Saudi Arabia because they like have like a lot of like they have like a very like weird like slave labor like thing going on in their like social structure, and like obviously like there's like problems with like just Saudi Arabia in general, but I don't know. Like I feel like media. It's like they're just because they're doing a show in Saudi Arabia doesn't mean that they like agree with like Saudi prince's policies.
If these people really feel this way, then they should not own an iPhone because it was mined by children to get the battery working, and that means we should also stop sending money to Africa because they use child labor.
Yeah,
we should stop giving them money.
It's weird. I don't know. I saw a lot about it, but I didn't really ever look into exactly what it is. So we might be wrong. There may have been more to it that we're not talking about. But
did you know about how like Akon was like powering part of Africa in like the 2010s? Mm-hmm. He was like giving a lot of money for electricity. I think it was him. They like proposed to plan a whole city, like a modern city that looked very nice and like infrastructure and everything. And Akon was gonna fund it, and he just like didn't and just like stopped.
Africa?
Yeah.
Who's Akon?
The rapper.
Oh, I don't know.
A stands for A Convict.
Oh.
He did a good. He did Smack That with Eminem. Smack that all on the floor. Smack that to you.
Oh, okay.
Soul.
Yeah. I think I'm familiar with him. I didn't
That's
know
a
my
banger.
name. But yeah, damn, should have. Maybe, I don't know.
And he just pulled out. That's what his
Not
parents
like
should
me.
have done.
Whoa.
Would you hit your kid?
Would I hit my kid? I think that like
It was an easy thing to answer.
I think there's a certain age where children are young enough where you
that
can't
trauma?
reason with them. They only know like, but like, it's not to say that you should like try and like knock them out cold.
I didn't mean to get you on tape saying you'd hit a child, even though I tried to before.
Directly asked the question.
Yeah.
Would you hit your kid?
Nah,
Not at all.
probably
like,
not.
Not even just like a little like butt smash.
I got spanked
think
as
the
a
butt's
kid.
okay.
My family's Italian. I got the wooden spoon sometimes.
Really?
I
I
got
didn't
the
get
wooden
that.
spoon with holes in it, which it hurts more because it's aerodynamic.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
wouldn't like take my child like over my knee and spank him just because that seems sexual.
Everything's sexual.
But like I think that like a little bit of like a thwap, not like a hit, like a thwap.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of those things that it's tough because it's like how do you describe the nuance to that? Like you can either say like don't hit your kids or hit your kids, but it's like
it's their
you can't
kids. They do whatever they
if
want.
you say a little bit of like like you can give them like a little bit, people don't understand what that is, and they're like, all right, so I can like beat them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no.
Moving on.
Well, that's kind of the thing of animals is they don't really like understand like words, obviously. So you kind of have to like give them like a little bit of like a push, like a little like
horses.
a little like annoying like tap on the head.
Every time I ride, I've ridden horses twice this year.
Wow.
I
gonna ride a horse. Yeah.
I rode horses in Texas and in Iceland.
You rode horses in Iceland.
Yeah, it was crazy. In Iceland, they'll let the hair grow out. In Iceland, I think they're all inbred because they're not
People or
allowed.
horses.
So the
No, I don't know which one you.
the horses. Well, the people maybe. There's only like 600,000 people. This
Small island. But
Yeah.
anyway, what were you saying?
But the horses, they're allowed out of the country, but they're not allowed back in, and no other horses are allowed in because of disease and also to keep the bloodline pure.
Oh.
And they're smaller, they're like small horses, and they let them grow the bangs out so they all have like an emo flip in their face.
How small of a horse are we talking?
Small, have you ever ridden a horse?
Yeah.
Smaller than your average horse.
But like not like a pony.
Not a pony.
Okay.
Not a pony.
Just
And
like a
the lady
small-
told us it's offensive to call them ponies because I guess they understand English.
Oh.
But yeah. But when you would ride them, they were doing the like flipping the hair out of their face as they were riding, like an emo kid.
Why don't they
And I was just thinking, cut their fucking hair. They obviously don't like it.
Yeah. Why do they?
But in Iceland, they have an original form of running called a tolt, which is like in between a trot and a gallop or something like that.
Again, I was wondering if we were talking about horses or people.
Yeah. The people.
The people?
No, the horses.
Oh,
it looks really silly. It's where they put the strength in their back legs, and their front legs go crazy, and their head stays still. So it looks like they're like fucking Looney Tunes bunny. What's his name?
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. It looks like Bugs Bunny like running away when his his legs go in a circle. It's weird.
I'll have to take a look at this. And
Yeah.
See.
What was the point about horses?
You just said that you rode.
Oh, no, herding animals. Both times that I rode the horses, tour guide people made a point to say, when you want a horse to go, you like hit them on their sides with both your legs.
Yeah.
They both told me, you can go as hard as you want. They're big animals. They're not going to feel it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm 6'3", 2 something. I don't want to say.
Do you think how big of a horse do you think you could knock?
I can take a horse.
I don't
horse
know.
size,
They're pretty big. Like
they're thousands of pounds. Usually.
yeah, I don't think they feel that shit.
But I was going hard on their rib cage. I feel like they feel it. I don't know.
I mean, that's like the entire foundation of horse riding is kind of like punching them a little
Breaking
bit.
them. They call it breaking. You break
Yeah.
a horse
Yeah.
to make them listen to you.
So, it's not just like riding them until they can't like buck you off, or is there more to it?
Well,
Is there
I think that's the
devious
main
dark
idea.
history?
But it's it's just like getting them under your control.
Yeah, no.
You break them.
It's kind of
Like a
interesting.
victim.
I feel like I never like you play like Red Dead and you kind of just think like a horse is like a car, but like
It's a friend.
how do they know?
Could you imagine Could you imagine being a cowboy?
I would
getting
love to have a
drunk
horse.
at the saloon. You're trying to ride the horse home, but you pass out on the horse, and then you wake up, and the horse just brought you home.
Yeah,
It knows how to get home.
Yeah, or he takes you somewhere else.
Yeah, what that?
I think horses are so cool. I'd
Horses
love to
are
have
cool.
a horse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I wish
wanted to
Daddy
ride
would buy me a
horses.
horse.
It's like expensive over here. How was it in Iceland? Was it?
It's moderate.
What was the prices like in Iceland? Is it comparable to New York? Or?
So most of it was comparable. It was about right. The food, because they export everything, or they import everything because they're in the middle of the
Can't
ocean.
grow shit
So
there, imagine.
yeah, not a lot. No, I didn't see any crops. It's late in the season, but it was mostly like animal farms. They have like
Yeah,
merino
like-
wool sheeps, these tiny little sheeps, and horses.
Rocky tech.
I went into so people own mountains and glaciers there. You could just own a mountain if you have the money for it. It's not government run, but I went onto some guy's property that had like a Viking house from like 1300. It was like built into a cave, and there was just a dog that had a dead bird in its mouth and two horses just right by the entrance, just hanging out. It was cool. Oh, but the alcohol is very expensive.
Really?
One of the beers in Reykjavik was like the one Guinness beer was like $30.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
all the websites say if you want to drink there, buy stuff at duty free in the airport before you get into the country, because I think the country's run by women, has the lowest crime rate in the world, and the one beer is $30, and they're all
Was that consistently like everywhere? It was like $30 bucks. Or
everywhere
around
is very
there?
expensive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they're 2.5% most of the alcohol. I
Oh,
saw.
so they're like
So they're not getting drunk.
yeah,
The crime
they
rate's
don't-
low because a $30 beer it's $150 for me to get drunk.
Everyone's going bankrupt before they get drunk.
But in Iceland, let me tell you this. Everything was beautiful. It was the coolest sights I've ever seen. I snorkeled in
think
a
I might go there
fisher.
next.
But the food, awful. The traditional Icelandic food is what I'm talking about. I got mashed fish. I had sheep, unseasoned, like cold cut on rye bread. The rye bread was delicious. Smoked salmon was really good, but everything else was terrible. I tried fermented shark, which is known to be bad. It's like
Did
a
they not
meme.
have like good seafood there? I'd think that they would.
No, because it's all cooked. I don't like cooked seafood that much. The smoked salmon was good, but it was all pretty bad. But the good things were they had like I think it was sheep meat hot dogs in the city that were really good. There was pizza that had like Icelandic cheeses on it that was really good. And we went to a cow farm where we ate a burger and a steak overlooking the cows eating and sleeping through the window. So we were eating a burger while looking at the cows. It was a little weird.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
So pretty much the best foods in Iceland are pizza, burger, hot dog.
Pizza burger. I mean, that's pretty universally everywhere.
I told the guy from Barcelona, a tour guide for a lava cave. He was talking about how he's never been to America. He wants to go to Northern California to camp. And I was like, the way he was describing what he wanted out of the visit, I was like, I think you would love Oregon.
Yeah.
Never been there, but I was talking as if I was. I was like, oh, you would love it there.
Northern California is probably pretty
The
similar
redwoods and
to,
shit. Yeah,
to
it's
Oregon.
all the
Yeah.
same. The horse tour guide lady, my girlfriend asked her what she does in the winter, like if it's really cold out. She was like, oh, I vacation. I'm going to America this year. We're like, oh, where are you going? And she was like, she's going to Baltimore to visit a friend. I was like, you're going to Baltimore? I'm sure Baltimore's great. I've never been there.
Yeah,
but, like,
any city, I'm sure you can find.
but for a
something fun
European to
do.
visit America, you're going to go to Baltimore?
Probably at least like a good impression of
Have
what
some
the
crab.
America actually looks like.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been. I've probably driven like past Baltimore, but I don't think I've ever. That's probably DC, right?
Yeah. Now all the Baltimoreans are going to come after me.
You're gonna get on Instagram anymore.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
they took it from
So you
me.
guys did a lot of tours there.
Yeah, a good amount. We also just
I
hiked,
imagine
too.
that's a lot of what there is to do there. So.
It's all landscape stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
The geography was crazy. It was so different in every other place.
That's how I
like,
felt about Oregon too, and I bet Iceland's probably even more.
it was very diverse. Movies that want to film on an alien planet, will go there to film. Like Rogue One filmed on a black desert.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
It was just black sand as far as you could see, like to the horizon. It was just black. It was cool. And then we hiked on a glacier where they filmed Interstellar. on an ice planet. And we snowmobiled on another glacier, which was
I ATV'd on dunes, which
That's
is
cool.
interesting. Yeah, they have like a big dune like
big Dune culture there. Paul Atreides. Dune mentioned.
No, dude,
Paul Atreides, your father was a weak man.
Wait,
I'll talk about this after. I need to talk about it after. Please continue.
We saw like dunes on the map. I was like, oh, like I know what a dune is. Like I live near the beach, but like when we were there, like it looked like we were in the desert, and we just cool. We rented ATVs. Although you know what was really strange about this? I don't know if this is standard practice. I've never rented an ATV before, but they were like, we don't have insurance. If you break the car, you have to pay for it.
Wow.
And they were like, these ATVs are $20,000. It really, like, I would have just paid like another $50 for insurance because I was like nervous.
I feel like that's not legal completely.
I know, it was
uninsured vehicles.
I mean, this was not like a sketchy place. They almost scared us out of renting them. It was fine. We didn't break anything. I mean, I think maybe they do that just so that people don't go like wild because you could like.
Well, yeah.
You could really eat shit. Yeah. It was really fun.
That's cool. This is very cool.
All right, what were you gonna say about Dune?
Dune. I think it's crazy. I hope people are listening to this and understand how crazy it is. There's a character in Dune, and his entire character is the king of space. He's the king of space. Space has a government, and he's the king. The king of space is played by none other than Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken plays the king of space in Dune. I didn't see one meme about this. Nobody online was talking about this. Yeah. How absurd it is that Christopher Walken is playing the king of space and nobody's talking about it. He's going, Paul Atreides, your father was a weak man, weak-willed. I hope you're nothing like your father. It's just great. It took me out. I was laughing in serious scenes in the movie. I was laughing in the theater because Christopher Walken was like, oh, my daughter's being played by Florence Pugh. I hope she doesn't stink. Hope she doesn't stink up Arrakis. Oh, it's just, I was dying, and like people thought I was being rude, but like it was so funny that he was in this fucking movie.
Yeah, that like completely flew over my head until like I talked to you after, and you were like, isn't that crazy that Christopher Walken was the king of space? And I was like, I didn't even really like think about it, but you're right, it totally is. Like,
it's wild. No one really noticed it because fucking hottie Chalamet.
So much going on in that movie.
Yeah.
My favorite things were all the memes that came after that movie that were like George Bush and like Arrakis is Iraq.
George Bush is Lisan Al Gaib. Lisan Al Gaib. I got a lease on an Altima. Whoa.
Did you make that up, or is that something?
I made that up like a year ago. No, I came up with that one. There's a fracas on Arrakis. But what's your thing?
No, I was listening to a podcast with Jeremy Renner on it, and I had never heard about this whole like thing where he almost died. And he was talking this whole podcast about how he almost died from a snowcat. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Jeremy Renner's like,
he got attacked by an animal?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought the whole podcast. I was like, Jeremy Renner's like an outdoorsy man. I was like, oh, he was like hunting with his son or his nephew or whatever, and he got like mauled by like a snowcat, and then he was plugging his book the whole time. So I was like, all right, I gotta listen to this book and hear this story.
Did you listen to the audiobook?
I listened to the first like 10 minutes of it where he clarified that it was a tractor essentially, and I was like, this is not cool. I was like, this is so lame. I thought he got like mauled by a cat. He got hit by a tractor. I was like on a plane. I was like ready. I was like, this is like probably like a badass story about him like hunting in the woods, and then like he hears a snowcat like, ah! And then he's like puts his son out of the way, but then he was like, yeah, I got ran over by a tractor, and I was like, that's so boring. I like Jeremy Renner. I think he's cool. I like every movie.
Bow and arrow guy.
Yeah, I just really thought it was gonna be like a badass story about him like fighting off like a I don't know what a snowcat is, but I assumed it was like
he knows what he's
doing. A snow leopard. And
he knows.
He never once like I feel like in this podcast like talked about like getting run over. All right, we should probably wrap this up.
Pictures, so let me say something about myself.
Yeah. This is your show. No.
I'll just come on and talk about me. I don't know.
Yours. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are so, like, I was hearing about, like, a friend of mine. He was, like, talking bad about his friends to his girlfriend. And I was just thinking that, like, it's kind of weird. Like, you really should be careful what you tell your girlfriend about your friends, because a big difference between men and women is men forgive and forget very easily with their friends, but women tend to remember things forever. So you got to be really, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to be really careful. And I know this is the fact, because if you go up to any woman in the world and you ask them when 9/11 happened, I guarantee they'll remember.
Thanks for listening.
That's the show.